that American voters are so much more attached nowadays to getting out of all of these crises in the Middle East?
Listen, I wouldn't use the term isolationism. I use greater self-interest. The school of realpolitik. It's about your national self-interest and how to promote it more, as opposed to wide, broad multilateralism. The sense of what you refer to as isolationism and what I call more greater national self-interest is something that goes throughout American history. From the birth of when the American independence began in 1776, up until the late 19th century, until the Spanish-American War, you had a 100 and somewhat 25-year period where America really, for the most part, disengaged from many foreign conflicts, disengaged from foreign entanglements, as George Washington said in his farewell address. Avoid the conflicts of Europe and let us focus on our own hemisphere. And then in the Spanish-American War of 1898, you begin a process where America begins to expand the world, around the world. The Spanish Empire falls, the U.S. takes Puerto Rico, it takes Cuba at the time, it takes Guam, the Philippines, and it introduces America into a wider world. But that doesn't mean that it becomes a power. So even throughout the end of the First World War, you have a new era of what you called isolationism set in the 1920s up until the Second World War. America only really becomes a global power starting from 1945 until today. And what you see happening within the Republican Party, an element is going back to its past, back to the 19th century, back to the pre-World War II period of greater national self-interest. We're living in a world today of you call greater global competition amongst major powers. And Trump doesn't see the world so much as a full Western alliance. He sees America a lot as America on its own, with select allies operating with them, but also, first and foremost, it's America, and it's working bilaterally with different countries around the world. It's a different approach, but it's not a new one. It goes back in American history.
Marco Vicenzino, geopolitical expert in London.